Hello, no one. This is Pezzle Spencer here, and I'm going to make a series. This will be the first episode in that series of Contract Wars. This is going to be a Let's Play walkthrough type thing, and I'm going to show you not only the basics, but pretty much all I know about this game. It's an in-browser game that's really in-depth and made with the Unity engine, and yeah. So here you see that it says join fight when you start, and I didn't have a great time. It put me in an empty match. So I just quit out of that match, came back here, and personally, when I start the game, I like to go down and change my controls, especially with the full screen button, the crouch button, the knife, grenade, and that's about it. I'm not sure how. I don't really do a lot of hold there. Um, but if you have, you can change pretty much anything, and if you want to change anything, you can. But for the most part, the key bindings are pretty simple, pretty normal. There's nothing very unusual. Um, Although there are some different features that you might want to change in there. And if you change the full screen mode, it will go into full screen. So if you're not already in full screen, it will put you in full screen. And you also have to double click each character or each option before it will let you change the key binding. And now I go in and I change my video and audio settings just because the audio is way too loud. Although the audio is superb in this game because you can hear a lot. And I change my video settings because I don't want to lag, even though I still end up lagging. Which, well, oh well. I have to record the gameplay somehow. Now you can limit your screen to 60 frames per second if you want. I don't really do that. I kind of just go for max to the best I can get. And I like to go in and I like to do all my LP or SP stuff first, and I don't like to get the grenade first. I like to get the repair kits first because it is, makes it a lot cheaper to repair things. So, and it's a lot better for later in the game. But you don't really need the grenade for a while. And they give you a decent amount of GP, CR, and SP. SP lets you get skills. GP lets you, it's the premium currency, and CR is the regular currency. Personally, I like to get the KDR, I think it's called. Basically, I just like to get that assault rifle in the first tier, and I like to get the first two kits because they were very, very useful in the game. Now, the best map to go with, or one of the best maps to go with when you start, is Bay 5, because Bay 5 is a close range map, and they give you a submachine gun to start off with. And, I mean, duh, why not? Now, by default, you can change the fire rate or fire selector. You can do all that with the Z button. Now, for most guns, I think it's full auto and semi. There might be some burst guns, but by and large, it's going to be like that. But some guns don't have it. Usually it's just sniper rifles and some longer range assault rifles that only let you go semi. Now, as you can see on the right, you'll have three contracts, and those contracts, you just do them and they give you whatever the reward is. As you start out, they're just going to be GP, and later on they'll be like CR, SP, but for the most, or when you start out, you get the good stuff, and later on you get better things. Now, you can zoom in with every weapon, which is great, unlike Combat Arms, which is another good game, but, I mean, well, it's a different game. Anyways, on the top left corner, you will be able to find your map, your kill streak, the score, what you're placing on the leaderboard in that game, the time left in the match, and how much EXP and all that. Then, in the lower left corner, you'll be able to see your armor and health. at the bottom of the whole thing, you'll be able to see a blue bar and an orange-ish bar. The orange bar will tells you how much time you have until the next weapon point or mod point, I think. And those points can help you increase customizable weapons, which are nice to have, especially later in the game, for cheap weapons that you can make really good. And then the blue bar is just the experience bar until your next level. In the bottom right corner, you'll have the gun name, the fire rate, and the amount of ammo you have. Now that will, bottom parts will both disappear until something updates, or you can just keep them on all the time, and that's a selection in the setting that you can just keep your health on all the time. And when you kill someone, it will pop up in the bottom, middle, lower part of your screen. And when somebody kills you, you'll have it in the middle, lower part of your screen again. Tells you who killed you and what weapon they used. And then, personally, whenever I die, I like to pull up the leaderboard for that match, or whatever you want to call it, the statistics if you want. And by default, you can do that by pressing tab. Now, for the most part, I do well in this game, so usually I'll be doing better things and doing better in the match. But sometimes you see people like this who just use the weapons that are marginally better than the weapons that are given to you or you can get for free. And they mostly get those weapons by either inviting friends to get that one-shot gun and eventually the Vector Chris, which is a submachine gun. But most people will just buy their guns using GP. And those guns will go on sale because you have a daily sale, so you have a chance to buy it, and there's usually 50% off to 60% off, maybe sometimes even 40 to 60, and you can use the GP that you already have to do that. At the end of the match, it'll tell you the results. Thank you for watching the video, and leave a hate comment, subscribe,